guys, this is Katie Reads Books. In case you're new here, my name is Kat. I produce bookish content 1 to 2 times a week, and I also host live read-ins and write-ins on alternating Saturdays. So, I'm in a close-knit book group on Discord, and my friend Nick, for our round of Pick Our Friends TBR, has asked that I please finally get around to reading 1984 by George Orwell. And no, I haven't read it yet. I read Animal Farm. It was optional assigned reading whenever I was in high school. I had the choice of 1984 and a handful of other books, and I chose one of the other ones because they were shorter. So I have this on audiobook from my library. It is about 11 hours long, and I think I'm going to be able to fit it in this month just fine. In case you're unfamiliar with the general concept behind 1984, like me, my impression is that it's where the term Big Brother comes from. The government is monitoring everything, and we are following a main character who is sort of losing his mind a little bit. I read a couple of pages of this like 7 years ago, but outside of that, I really am going into this one blind, so we'll see how it goes. The second book on my TBR is How to Be an Antiracist by Ibram X. Kendi. I heard him giving an interview about this work on NPR, and it made it onto my library's hold list like 6 months ago, and I finally got it. I actually got the physical copy last month, but I wasn't able to squeeze it in with all the other books that I had going on, but I was fortunate enough to get the audiobook version this time, so I will be reading that. It is also about 11 hours long, and it is Ibram's general opinion and life experiences and wisdom on how we can create stable, meaningful change in the racist world that we live in. The third book on my TBR for September is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwambi Imbalya. This is a brought to you by Rick Riordan production. It is a middle grade fiction. From the cover, it's about superheroes, and it's about superheroes from with the influence of African culture, and I believe it said specifically West African culture, maybe. I'm going into this one kind of blind too, and I'm reading this with Ashley over at the Bookish Realm, as Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky is also a library ebook. I am really giving myself some hard deadlines with some of these books with them being from the library, but I think I can do it. The fourth book on my TBR for September is The God Queen by M.L. Tishner. I picked this book up as part of a critique partner project because she is currently working on book 2 and has very graciously agreed to be a critique partner with me in the urban fiction that I am writing. So we are working together on that, but before I started trying to critique book 2 with her, I wanted to read book 1. Now, I'm already a little bit into this because I am on that deadline of trying to get it finished so that I can actually start working on the critique partner project, but it is so good so far. You follow a main character named Ray who is attempting to deal with the fact that she has a past life as a god queen that she is trying to reconcile with her life that she's been living. It's come to her as kind of a surprise, and she sort of meets up with the group, and there's a big baddie whose name I believe is Infiernan. There's a love interest between her and her partner from a previous life, or rather her true love from a previous life, because in a previous life she was actually married. So it was an affair. So anyway, Ray in a past life had an affair with someone who she's meeting in this life, and we haven't quite seen how that's going to play out yet, but it has been supremely interesting. It is a space opera, so if any of you are participating in Space Opera September, that would be a good one for you to pick up. I have bought this one on ebook, so I'm hoping to be able to get through it very soon. Now, on to my physical TBR, and since we have sort of started in on past lives and romances, let's just go ahead and start with the Sailor Moon books, and I am on book 8 currently. I like the series so far. I think I have a few issues with it, but I'm not going to get too into it right now. I might do a series review type thing later on. This is by Naoko Takeuchi, and is pretty popular anime and manga series. In case you're not super familiar with it, though, it is about these... The main character's name is Usagi, and she is a 14-year-old girl who, in a past life, was a guardian of the planet of the moon, and she has to work with her friends who are also reawakening in this life as guardians, each one of a different planet, and they have to fight battles of cosmic proportions. If you've been over here on my TBR and wrap-up videos for a minute, then you'll already know that I am reading through Way of Kings with the Sanderfan Read A Long. If you don't know what that is, I will link it down below. Please come and join us. We're having so much fun working through Brandon Sanderson's works. Reading through Brandon Sanderson's works. Oh, I'm tired today. And I am 783 pages into this, and I have to finish it by the end of the month so that we can move on to Words of Radiance. Again, if you've been here for a minute, then you'll know that I am also trying to catch up with Becca's Elderling Along. She is hosting this through her channel, Becca in the Books, and she is focusing this year on reading the complete Elderling Realm by Robin Hobb. I have read Assassin's Apprentice and loved it, and I have read The Royal Assassin and I loved it, and I think I'm going to be just as in love with Assassin's Quest. Since this is the third book in the trilogy, I am expecting something tragic because our main character Fitz just doesn't seem to have much go right for him. So once I finish this, I will be hopefully jumping into Ship of Magic by the end of the month, but I think I'll be able to finally catch up with the Elderling Along after I finish this one and then get started on the Ship of Magic or Magic Ship? It's Ship of Magic. Yet another library book. I am reading Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I heard about this book through Noria Reads. As you can see, I'm already almost finished with it. It is a romance written by Talia Hibbert, and Talia Hibbert is, like, amazing. I know it's a little bit unfair to be putting this in a TBR video since I'm supposed to be announcing what I am reading in September, but I'm going to request that you give me a break because it's already September 11th and I just haven't had it together enough to get this video out before now. But Talia Hibbert is just such a phenomenal writer, and then the romance is funny and witty, and I love it, and the characters have baggage, but they don't act like they're constantly in tragedy, and you get to see them grow. Anyway, I'm supposed to save this for the wrap-up. So this is, yes, excited to be reading this. And it has a sequel that I will be getting to as quickly as possible. I don't remember the name of the sequel, but it's about Chloe Brown's sister, Dani. So it's, you know, it's something Dani Brown. And I'm really sorry, Talia, that I can't remember the name of the second book. But big thanks to Noria for recommending this one on her channel because it is absolutely worth picking up. It's beautiful. Okay, alright, I'm done. So, if I get through all of those, my bonus book will be Slay, because I did not get through this for the Heartathon. I did get started on it. I underestimated, honestly, how much Googling I was going to have to do for this book, because the main character has made this game for the Black community, so I am having to do a lot of research as I'm reading through this. It's a bit of a learning curve for my very white self. So to get through my TBR, I am going to have to read roughly 100 pages a day and listen to about an hour audiobook a day. As of right now, I am completely on track, which is amazing. Of course, now that I've said this, my very next video will be me saying, I'm so behind. Send me happy thoughts. Alright guys, that was my September TBR. I want to know what you're reading in September. Make sure you put that down in the comments below, and any thoughts that you have on any of the books that are on my TBR for this month. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and want to see more bookish content from me. Ring the bell so that you will be notified when I post new videos and go live on Saturdays. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Katie Read Author, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.